Here is Grandpa's 45 cleverly useful car hacks, old school tricks that are simple, smart, and still work like a charm today. Let's get straight into it. 1. Use a sock and kitty litter to defog your car. Grandpa always kept an old sock filled with kitty litter under his seat during winter. The litter absorbs moisture in the air, preventing fog from building up on the inside of the windshield. Just fill a clean sock with unscented clay kitty litter, tie it off, and toss it on the dash or under a seat. It's a cheap dehumidifier that works wonders overnight. You'll wake up to clear windows and less frustration on cold mornings. No scraping, no wasted time. It's one of those hacks that seems odd until you try it, and then you'll never go back. 2. Keep dryer sheets under the seats for a fresh scent. Forget pricey air fresheners. Grandpa swore by dryer sheets tucked under the seats. They slowly release fragrance, absorbing odors from food, sweat, pets, you name it. Plus, they're dirt cheap and easy to swap out every few weeks. You can even stash one in the glove compartment or door pockets for an extra freshness boost. The bonus? It doesn't leave a strong chemical smell behind. Just a soft, clean scent that makes your car feel like new. 3. Use toothpaste to polish foggy headlights. When Grandpa's headlights started looking cloudy, he didn't replace them. He grabbed a tube of white toothpaste. It's mildly abrasive and perfect for buffing out that dull haze. Just apply a layer, scrub in small circles with a soft cloth, then rinse and dry. In minutes, the lights look brighter and clearer. It's not a permanent fix, but it'll save you money and improve visibility fast. For best results, finish with a coat of car wax to seal it in. 4th, store a multi-tool in the glove box. Grandpa never went anywhere without a basic multi-tool in the glove box. Screwdriver, pliers, mini knife. It was his emergency kit for small road fixes. Tighten a battery connection, fix a loose screw, done in seconds. He'd say it's like having a mini garage right at your fingertips. No power tools needed. Whether you're dealing with a loose fuse or a stuck latch, a multi-tool can be a literal lifesaver on the road. 5. Use a shoe organizer for trunk storage. To keep things from rolling around in the trunk, Grandpa hung an over-the-door shoe organizer across the back seats. Oil, jumper cables, first aid kit, all in their own pockets. No more clutter, no more noise, and nothing spilling out when you open the hatch. It's especially useful for groceries or tools. You'll wonder how you ever managed a road trip without one. Simple, smart, and way cheaper than a custom organizer. 6. Crayons work as emergency windshield crack sealers. Yes, crayons. Grandpa once sealed a small windshield chip with a melted crayon until he could get it fixed. He'd gently warm the tip with a lighter, then fill in the chip or crack with the wax. It kept water and dirt out, which slowed the spread. It's not a permanent fix, but it'll hold things over until your next mechanic visit. Keep a few tucked in your glove box just in case. You'd be surprised how handy they are. 7. Rubber bands keep your phone mount from slipping. If your dashboard phone mount doesn't grip well, Grandpa had a trick: rubber bands. He'd wrap 1 or 2 around the back of the mount to increase friction and hold it tighter. It kept his phone from sliding during sharp turns or sudden stops. It's also a cheap way to reinforce a worn-out holder. No more mid-drive drops or fumbling at red lights. 8. A tennis ball can help you park perfectly every time. In a tight garage, Grandpa hung a tennis ball from the ceiling, right where the windshield meets it when parked perfectly. Pull in until the ball touches the glass and stop. That's it. It helped him avoid scraping the wall or closing the garage door on the bumper. No sensors, no tech, just a reliable visual cue that works every time. Great for new drivers or anyone tired of guessing. 9. Use hand sanitizer to unfreeze door locks. Winter mornings were no match for Grandpa. When his car locks froze, he'd squeeze a little alcohol-based hand sanitizer onto the key and insert it gently. The alcohol melts the ice inside the lock in seconds. Works like magic and doesn't require any special tools. You'll never have to fight with a frozen keyhole again. Just keep a travel-size bottle in your coat pocket all winter. 10. Use a plunger to fix small dents. Small dent in the door? Grandpa didn't run to a body shop. He grabbed a bathroom plunger. After slightly wetting the area and the plunger, he'd press it over the dent and give it a firm pull. It pops the metal back into place, like a DIY suction cup. It won't fix deep creases, but it's surprisingly effective for parking lot dings. Best of all, it doesn't cost a cent if you already have a plunger lying around. 11th. Use Vaseline on car battery terminals. Corrosion on battery terminals can kill your car's charge without warning. Grandpa kept a small tub of petroleum jelly in the garage for just this reason. After cleaning the terminals with a wire brush and warm water, he'd coat them with Vaseline to protect against moisture and corrosion. It creates a barrier that keeps acid vapors and weather out. Do this once every few months and your battery will last longer and start smoother. No fancy sprays or expensive treatments, just a classic fix that works. 12th, keep a blanket in the trunk, year-round. Grandpa believed in always being ready. He kept an old wool blanket in the trunk, no matter the season. In winter, it could keep you warm during a breakdown. In summer, it doubled as a picnic mat or seat cover. It also worked as a knee pad when checking under the hood or changing a tire. Soft, durable, and dependable, that blanket saved the day more than once, and it didn't cost a thing because he reused what he had. 13. Use cooking spray to prevent doors from freezing shut. When winter hit hard, Grandpa used a kitchen staple, cooking spray, to keep car doors from sticking shut. A light coat sprayed on the rubber door seals formed a barrier against ice. He'd wipe it with a cloth to spread it evenly, and it kept the doors opening freely, even in the coldest temps. No more yanking on frozen doors or tearing the rubber seals. A simple spritz once a week did the job. 15. Use binder clips to hold broken vents or mount notes. When a vent blade broke or a note needed to be held in place, Grandpa reached for a binder clip. He'd attach it to the edge of the dashboard vent, using it to hold a parking pass, grocery list, or even a phone charging cable. It was his catch-all clamp for quick fixes. If something needed pinning or support inside the car, a clip was always in the glove box. One small clip, dozens of uses. 16. Dryer lint as fire starter in emergency kits. Grandpa packed an emergency kit in the trunk, and inside was a Ziploc full of dryer lint. Why? It makes an excellent fire starter. Combine it with a bit of wax or even a crumpled receipt, and you can start a flame in seconds. Essential in survival situations. It takes up no space, costs nothing, and could make all the difference if you're stranded outdoors overnight. 17. Use Rain-X on side mirrors to repel water. He didn't just use water repellent on the windshield. Grandpa treated his side mirrors with Rain-X or even a little vinegar to keep them clear during storms. A quick wipe every few weeks made water bead up and roll off, improving visibility when changing lanes. Safe driving isn't just about seeing forward. Those side mirrors matter more than you think. 18. Use a plastic shower cap to cover wheels during brake jobs. When changing brake pads or working on the wheels, Grandpa would cover the tire with an old plastic shower cap. It kept grease, brake dust, and dirt from getting onto the tire tread or driveway. Once done, he'd toss the cap or rinse it clean. No mess, no stained concrete. One more example of him turning household items into shop tools. 19th. Polish the dashboard with olive oil. Skip the silicone-based dash cleaners. Grandpa used a small amount of olive oil on a soft cloth to clean and shine his dashboard. It left a natural finish without the fake, glossy look or toxic fumes. It also conditioned the vinyl and plastic, preventing cracks from sun exposure. A tiny dab goes a long way, and your car ends up smelling like a salad instead of chemicals. 20. Use a coffee filter for lint-free window cleaning. Paper towels leave streaks and lint. Grandpa used coffee filters instead. He'd spray his homemade vinegar and water solution onto the windows and wipe with a filter. The result? Crystal clear glass without fuzz or residue. Cheap, effective, and surprisingly satisfying. Try it once and you'll never go back to paper towels. 21. Use an old toothbrush to clean vents and crevices. Grandpa always kept a worn-out toothbrush in his glove box. It was perfect for reaching into air vents, dashboard buttons, and the tiny cracks around gear shifts. He'd dip it in a little soapy water or vinegar solution and scrub gently. The soft bristles got rid of dust, crumbs, and grime without scratching anything. It's an easy way to keep the interior looking clean without fancy detailing tools, and it recycles something you'd otherwise toss. 22. Keep zip ties in the car for emergency fixes. Zip ties were Grandpa's go-to emergency fix for loose parts under the hood or inside the cabin. Need to hold up a sagging exhaust temporarily? Tie down a bumper? Bundle wires? A few strong zip ties could save the day. He kept them in a glove box bag and used them more times than he could count. They cost pennies, but provide peace of mind every time you're on the road. 23rd. Prevent wiper blade sticking with a sock in vinegar. In freezing weather, Grandpa would soak a sock in white vinegar, wring it out, and wipe down the windshield wipers. The vinegar helped prevent ice buildup and blade sticking. He'd also raise the blades overnight during snowstorms to avoid freezing them to the windshield. This little habit extended the life of the wipers and saved him from cracking them on a frozen morning. 24. Hide a spare key using a magnetic key box. Grandpa always had a backup plan. He used a magnetic key box to hide a spare under the chassis, tucked safely on a metal frame or inside the bumper lip, just in case he locked himself out or lost his keys mid-trip. He'd make sure it was tucked deep and wouldn't jiggle loose on bumpy roads. That spare key saved him and others more than once. Just don't forget where you put it. 25. Use duct tape as a temporary fix for a broken mirror. When his side mirror got clipped, Grandpa didn't panic. He kept a roll of duct tape in the trunk and used it to hold the mirror in place until he could properly repair it. A few firm wraps and it stayed stable, even on the highway. It's not pretty, but it works, and that's what matters when you're miles from the nearest mechanic. 26. Reuse an old blanket as a trunk liner. Trunk messes were no match for Grandpa. He'd cut up an old wool blanket and lay it flat across the trunk floor. It absorbed spills, protected the fabric underneath, and could be shaken out or washed when dirty. Hauling firewood, groceries, gardening supplies, that blanket handled it all and never cost him a dime. 27th, use baby wipes for quick interior cleaning. Grandpa kept a travel pack of baby wipes under the seat for cleaning sticky spills or dusty dashboards. They were gentle, effective, and left no residue. If you have kids, pets, or just a messy commute, baby wipes are your best friend. They clean hands, vinyl, leather, steering wheels, pretty much everything but windows. 28th, wrap electrical tape around worn steering wheel grips. When his steering wheel started peeling or getting slippery, Grandpa didn't buy a new cover. He grabbed black electrical tape. A few careful wraps added grip and comfort, and it stayed in place for months. Bonus, it blends in and doesn't shift around like those loose-fitting cloth covers. 29th, use a plastic bin for a backseat trash can. Instead of stuffing fast food wrappers in the door pocket, Grandpa kept a small plastic bin lined with a grocery bag in the back seat. Easy to remove, easy to empty. It kept things tidy and taught the grandkids not to toss wrappers on the floor. A clean car is a happy car, and this tip made that simple. 30. Use baking soda to deodorize floor mats. When carpets got musty or muddy, Grandpa sprinkled baking soda liberally over the mats and let it sit overnight. In the morning, he'd vacuum it up and the mats would smell fresh. No perfume, no chemicals, just clean. Works great for spills, pet smells, or just after a rainy season. 31. Make a DIY phone mount with rubber bands. If his phone mount broke, Grandpa wrapped 2 rubber bands around the air vent and slid his phone between them. It wasn't fancy, but it held his phone steady while navigating. A perfect hack when you're on the road and need a hands-free solution in a pinch. 32nd, use aluminum foil behind headlights for brightness boost. When one of Grandpa's older cars had dim headlights, he lined the inside of the housing with aluminum foil. It reflected light better and gave an extra boost without replacing the bulb. It's not a fix for modern sealed lights, but in older models, it gave him a clearer night drive. 33rd, treat windshield wiper rubber with olive oil. Instead of replacing blades the second they squeaked, Grandpa wiped the rubber edge with a cloth soaked in olive oil. It softened the material and restored flexibility. This trick bought him weeks, sometimes months, before needing a new pair. A little maintenance goes a long way. 34. Keep an index card log of maintenance in the glove box. Even in the digital age, Grandpa kept a handwritten index card in the glove box to track oil changes, tire rotations, and repairs. He'd write the date, mileage, and service done in pen. No need to remember or dig through your phone. It was always right there. Simple, smart, reliable. 35th, use a shoe organizer for trunk storage. Grandpa turned an old hanging shoe organizer into a multi-pocket trunk solution. He'd tie it to the back of the rear seats and fill the pockets with jumper cables, a flashlight, small tools, snacks, and cleaning wipes. This kept the trunk tidy and made everything easy to grab in an emergency. No more digging around for a lost wrench or first aid kit. It's a cheap DIY way to stay organized on the road. 36. Repurpose a cereal container as a car trash can. Instead of tossing trash into random door pockets, Grandpa used a plastic cereal container lined with a grocery bag as a car trash bin. The lid kept smells in, and the whole thing fit snugly between the seats or in the passenger footwell. It was easy to empty, easy to clean, and perfect for fast food wrappers or receipts. Smart, clean, and cost-free. 37. Rub a pencil on door lock if it's sticky. When a car key struggled to turn in a sticky door lock, Grandpa didn't panic. He grabbed a number, 2 pencil. He'd rub the graphite on both sides of the key, then gently insert it into the lock a few times. The graphite acted as a dry lubricant and loosened the mechanism. It's safe, clean, and surprisingly effective for stubborn old locks. 38th. Mark windshield wiper position with tape before replacement. Grandpa liked precision, especially when replacing windshield wipers. Before removing the old blades, he'd mark their exact resting position on the windshield with masking tape. That way, the new wipers went back exactly where they belonged. No awkward misalignment or wipers sticking halfway off the edge of the glass. 39th. Use a lint roller to clean upholstery fast. Pet hair, dust, and crumbs were no match for Grandpa's lint roller. He kept one in the glove box and used it to quickly clean seats, headrests, and the back deck. It was especially useful after road trips or carpool days with the grandkids. No need for a vacuum. Just a few swipes and your upholstery looked fresh again. 40. Reuse a silica gel packet in the glove box. To fight humidity inside the cabin, especially in wet weather, Grandpa tucked a few silica gel packets in the glove box and center console. These moisture-absorbing packets kept things dry, prevented foggy windows, and reduced musty odors. After a while, he'd dry them out in the sun and reuse them again. Low effort, high reward.